All right. Welcome, everyone, to something I think is universally valuable. Really getting better at a new language. We've got this source. It's called Mastering English. Actions speak louder than words. And honestly, it lays out a pretty fascinating sort of three-part way to boost English skills. We're talking speaking, listening, even pronunciation and vocab.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, is that it's not just, what you should learn. It really digs into how you should practice it.
Right.
And it does this using a common idiom, almost like the backbone of the whole thing.
Exactly. It's not just another vocabulary list. The whole source kind of orbits around this powerful idiom. Actions speak louder than words, which, it basically means what you do counts for more than what you just say. And they give a really clear example right away. He always promises to help, but never does. Actions speak louder than words. Simple, relatable.
And it doesn't just leave it there as a definition. That's the clever part. It brings it to life immediately with a listening practice section.
So you actually hear this conversation. Sounds like native speakers talking about someone named Jake.
Right, the Jake example.
Yeah, Jake keeps saying sorry, but, his actions don't change. And the key line that pops up in their chat is, naturally, actions speak louder than words.
Makes sense.
And the speakers even say, they want to see him act better, not just say sorry. They emphasize that if he really cares, he will show it by doing the right thing. So you get the meaning, but like in a real situation.
That context is so important. And I thought it was really smart how they then pivot from that listening exercise straight into vocabulary, but not just random words.
No, words related to the theme.
Exactly, related words. Like they break down the word act. Seems simple, right? To do something or behave in a certain way. But then they show you the nuances, like the example. He says he wants to be healthy, but he doesn't act like it. Or even phrases like act naturally, act normal, or your act doesn't fool me. It shows the different shades. Absolutely. And they do the same thing with the word care, defined as, to feel concern or interest, to want someone to be happy or safe.
Yeah.
The straightforward example is she really cares about her friends and always helps them. Very clear. But then almost playfully, the source includes things like, who cares? Or he really cares versus I don't really care. It shows the whole spectrum, doesn't it?
It really does. From deep concern to, complete indifference. And it all ties back to whether you show it through your actions. It's a very methodical way to build vocabulary around a theme. So, you've got the context from listening. You drill down into the specific words.
Yeah.
But just understanding isn't fluency, is it?
Not at all. And that's where this Mastering English source pushes you into the active part.
The shadowing practice.
Exactly, shadowing.
Yeah.
And for anyone who hasn't tried it, it's basically you listen very carefully to one person speaking a line from that Jake conversation. Then you immediately say it out loud yourself, trying to copy the sound, the rhythm. Then you read the other person's line from the script. So you're playing both parts back and forth.
I see. So you're mimicking the native speakers.
Precisely. It's not just reading. It's about copying the intonation, the pace, how the words flow together. It helps build that muscle memory for speaking naturally.
Makes sense. It's physical practice.
It is. And the material is very clear. This is designed to help you speak more clearly, naturally, and with confidence.
And they emphasize doing it often.
Right, absolutely. Repeat, repeat, repeat. They even say, if it feels too fast, just pause the audio or slow it down if you can. The core message is, repetition is very important to become fluent in English.
Yeah, I remember seeing that line. The best way to improve your English speaking skills is to watch this video many times. The more you repeat, the better you will speak. It's very direct about the effort required.
It is. It's about active, focused repetition, not just, having it on in the background.
So bringing this all together, what's the big takeaway here for someone trying to learn? This deep dive into the Mastering English source seems to give a really solid practical framework.
I think so. It really underscores that getting truly fluent isn't just about passively absorbing information. You can't just read lists and hope for the best.
Right.
It's about actively engaging, doesn't it? You listen to understand the meaning and context. You analyze the key vocabulary within that context. And crucially, you practice actively using techniques like shadowing. And it loops back beautifully to the main idiom. Actions speak louder than words isn't just about how we judge others. It applies to our own learning, too.
How so?
Well, if you genuinely want to speak a language well, your actions, the consistent practice, the shadowing, the engagement, those actions are going to speak much louder than just saying, I want to learn English.
That's a really powerful connection. Your learning actions have to match your learning words, basically.
Exactly. Your effort, your practice, that's what makes the difference.
So that really leaves us with a question, doesn't it? For you, listening right now, when you think about the goals you really care about, maybe it is learning a language, maybe it's something else entirely. What specific actions, what concrete steps are you going to take, maybe even just this week, to make your intention, your word, absolutely undeniable through your actions?